everyone, this is Rachel and I'm here for another episode of Lift and Sketch with Christy and Rachel, and you saw the layout that we are lifting. Christy got it off Pinterest and I don't remember who did it, who actually made the original, so I will try to put that in the description box below because I believe Christy told me, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Alright, I am working with a kit I made myself using some papers from a Scraptastic kit. I did not buy that Scraptastic kit, I just bought the papers alongside with some papers from Elle's Studio Sunny Days line. What I'm doing now is I'm just cutting up some of the pattern papers into the tag size pieces that went across the main part of the layout. I'm going to be making my own tags as opposed to using pre-made tags. I also have that piece of diagonal striped orange paper, and that is from Simple Stories Sunshine and Happiness, and that I believe that was in that size already, and I just decided to go ahead and use it. So I have that wave piece of paper that is from Elle Studio, that wood grain piece of paper also from Elle Studio, and then both of those yellow polka dot papers I believe are Scraptastic originals. I could be wrong with that. I don't know. This very cute tag was made for me by my roommate at the Crop, Marianne. She's scrapping at ya on YouTube, and she made everyone these gorgeous Julie Nutting doll tags, and I'm just using mine as a template to cut the corners off on my homemade tags. So once I get that, I'm pretty sure I like the way this is going already, so I'm going to go ahead and glue stuff down. Of course, I can't manage to glue it down properly the first time, so I have to start over again, and this is that big piece of Sunshine and Happiness by Simple Stories. And now I'm going to go ahead and trim off the corners of each of my pieces of paper that I'm using to make tags. And I'm just trimming them with my scissors. I don't usually do that, but these are just small pieces. I think I can manage to actually get them on the straight side. So once I get all of those cut up, I'm actually going to ask to borrow someone's Crop-A-Dile because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the tags, whether I'm going to add twine, which I don't usually do, or do something else with them. So here's my borrowed Crop-A-Dile. And I go ahead and do all four at once, but because I'm not sure how I'm going to finish them off, I did want to have it be in the center and have them all be the same, so I went ahead and just marked it using my pen and my ruler. And now it's looking like I'm ready to get things down, and I put this down, and then I realized, oh no wait, I wanted the wood veneer to be on the inside, and I ripped the paper, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to go ahead and put this yellow polka dotted one right on top of that, so no big deal, thank goodness. So while I'm gluing these down, because it does take a while, I'm very picky with how it is because it is the main element to my layout, I just want to remind everyone to make sure you go on over and check out Christy's channel and see her take on this lift. I'm sure it is awesome. This is one she chose, so I'm sure she was excited to work with it. So like I said before, I'm trying to be very careful because it is the main element of my page. I want to make sure they're lined up because usually what I'll do is I'll move something or I'll put something over the bottom if it's not working out, but because the way this is working, that wasn't going to happen, so I just wanted to make sure it was lined up at the bottom. Now, excuse me, what I'm doing now is I want to have something go over that blue wave paper as the original has, but I don't want to use frames, so I have this frame punch board that I've used a couple of times, but it was still pretty brand new to me when I am using it now, and I'm going to go ahead and make a frame. I actually really like this punch board. I don't have any of the others besides the original envelope punch board, but I decided to go ahead and get this, and I used a 40% off coupon, I think at Hobby Lobby. I think that's where I found it. And I'm going to go ahead and use that, and then I'm going to place my photos. Now, once I get this Why am I... Oh, this is where I decide that I'm just going to put enamel dots in the top of the tags rather than go ahead and try to do some string. I don't own a lot of twine, and I'm sure I had some with me, but I'm like, the enamel dots are easier, and that's my usual thing to do with a tag rather than actually put twine in it, is to go ahead and just stick an enamel dot on it. So now I'm going through the die cut pack, and then I also had added some of those tags, like that one that says hello. That's actually from an older Amy Tangerine line. I actually don't even know what line it is, but I'm going to use that up in that upper left-hand corner area. And then I'm also going to decide what I want to do. Oh, one of the sequins, that's what they're called, sequins, had fallen off the tag, so I just wanted to glue that back down. And oh, here's where I decide to do something I don't normally ever do, but I thought it really needed it, so I decide to outline everything. Now, you'll note I'm using a ruler because that is the one thing I cannot draw a straight line to save my life. And I think the people who just draw it, I mean, they're fabulous at it. Even if it's wonky, it turns out looking great. I draw it, it looks like a 4-year-old got a hold of my layout and went nut bar on it. So unfortunately, that's why I don't do outlining a lot. I would prefer to ink the edges of things, but I had glued all of these down very well, and so there was no way I was going to be able to pull that back up to ink the edges of them. So outlining it was. So I'm going to go ahead and get this frame glued down. And once I do that, that's going to house both my title and my journaling. I'm going to use small letters to do my title. So I get that tag, that hello tag, glued down. And now I'm going to start working on my title. I'm going to try to use these Elle Studio alphas that I adore, but I didn't have any that had the right color, and I brought all of the ones I own. But none of them were the right color, or I think the one that I thought was the right color, I didn't have enough letters for the title I wanted to go with. So I've got my little box of doodads that I brought with me to the crop, and I'm pulling out a flare, and that is from Felicity Jane. I just bought a paper pack, and then I bought a couple of packs of flare when they were on sale. And now I'm going to start working on my title. Now I'm using 2 different sets of alphas from Simple Stories, the snap ones in that medium-ish small font, and then a set of tile stickers. Yeah, tile stickers, that's right. I was like, is that the right word? I don't know. Yes, I think it is. Okay, yeah, sometimes my brain. So I'm using my centering ruler to line the alpha up, and then I'm like, hello, you should put it on the centering ruler so you can actually do it properly. It doesn't show up well in the video, but in real life it's fine. So once I get those down, and I do speed this up a little because when I asked a question about whether you'd rather have me cut it out or speed it up, people said they'd rather see the whole thing. But if I let you guys see the whole thing just 4 times, it would end up being like 25 minutes long, and I'll be totally honest, I can't talk about my layouts for 25 minutes. This one is driving me nuts. It's so long, and I feel like I'm boring you guys. So I just want to, keep it as I don't want it like super duper short. I want you able to see my process, but I can't voice over a 25-minute layout. I really can't. So I wanted to use the orange tile stickers, but I didn't have a letter, so I'm going to use the red. And I'm going to make a mistake coming up that now looking at it, watching the video, I'm definitely going to go back and fix before I put the layout away. Now I am horrible at putting my layouts away, but because I'm keeping on track with my 2016 layouts, once I get to the end of 2016, I'll put them in order-ish. As long as like spring is with spring and then like summer is with summer, I'm good to go. with putting them in order. So what I do is I put these enamel dots down, and what I really should do is put those red dots up at the top and put the yellow ones down at the bottom, but I don't. And I really didn't notice it until I watched it back. Alright, we are coming to an end. Yay! What I'm doing now is writing my journaling, and this happens to be about how we went to Long Island, and there happened to have been a hurricane, so we went to the ocean side of Long Island and watched the waves, and wow, were they crazy for that area. That is going to finish me up today. Please make sure to check out Christy's layout, and flick me a thumbs up if you can. Have a great day, everyone. Bye!